Looking at the Houston Texans and where they're at right now, I've heard a lot of debate here, other places, the mean streets of Twitter, that the way that the Texans should build their organization going forward. And one thing that is bothering me when I see all of this is how everybody's trying to shape the Houston Texans next season and going forward around Davis Mills. And I'll be honest with you, I'm getting sick of that conversation that we're starting to build the team around Davis Mills. And it's a pedestal thing. Like, I think what we've seen from Davis Mills last season in his rookie year, I think he deserves to be the quarterback in 2022. I feel like, yeah, they should hand him the keys to the car and let him be the signal caller for the Houston Texans offense in 2022. But I don't want the Houston Texans to be using draft capital to build a team around him, or potential draft capital, i.e. Brandin Cooks, i.e. Laremy Tunsil, till we get a better feel of what Davis Mills is. Like, everybody, because that dude from Spot Track went on the bench yesterday and told Lance Zierlein that the Texans should trade Brandin Cooks, and everybody in Houston got in an uproar. Oh, no, you shouldn't trade Brandin Cooks. You shouldn't trade him. He's Davis Mills' favorite target. They have a connection. They have a great relationship between the two. If we're trying to figure out what Davis Mills is going to be in 2022, he needs to have his best target. He needs to have his best weapon. No, Davis Mills has not earned the spot where he can be somebody that is being built around. Yes, I want to see the Texans try to help him out the best way that they can, but not at the cost of a potential second or third round draft pick.
It's a delicate situation, right? Because you want to, we talked about this the other day, you want to surround him for a year with all of the necessary weapons and resources so that we can see who he truly can be. But the delicate part of this is you got to tiptoe that line, because you can't mortgage more than this next year, or resources and assets that will be tied to more than just this year in the process. Because if he turns out to not be the guy, that's why I keep saying, as much as this is difficult for people to want to digest and stomach, you have to suck for one more year. Now, you can still give Davis Mills every opportunity to succeed and put some guys around him that will help him to try and do so.
Right.
But if he does turn out to be nothing better than a backup at best, you have to be able to have the resources lined up, whether you get a Bryce Young, whether you look for another quarterback in the draft, whether you look in free agency and say, I need to save my money, I need to get rid of these guys or bring in these guys and build the offensive line and do the things necessary so when I do find that quarterback, that I have the right guys in place. But you can't mortgage the farm on the future just for next season to see what Davis Mills truly can be.
Hey guys, I want to tell you real quick about Fitz Roofing. I love the people at Fitz Roofing because they take care of Houstonians every step of the way. It starts with a free no obligation inspection. All you do is call them, 832-521-3001. No matter what you need done, they come to you, tell you what they can do. They go back with the rest of their day. You want them to come back, you book them, and they do great customer service before, during, and after the sale. You can check out all the ways that they can help you at fitzroofing.com. But believe me, Fitz Roofing, making a difference one home at a time.
And that's where I'm at with the whole thing. Like, you're talking about building around Davis Mills. Absolutely not. Like, Davis Mills was solid as a third-round rookie quarterback. He impressed me. I was very sour on Davis Mills for a very long time. I think he is capable of being a starting quarterback in the NFL. I think he's capable of being a top 20 quarterback in the NFL, but I also think he's capable of being a career backup. We just don't have enough information yet. And if you're going to start catering the roster in 2022 around trying to get more intel on Davis Mills, you're compromising the rebuild. Like, whenever you took over this organization, if you're Nick Caserio, the plan is building a winning team in the next 3 to 5 seasons, not 2022. Like, the earliest that window is going to open for you is 2023, 2024. So all of a sudden, we're going to change the narrative where you're going to keep around like a Brandin Cooks, a Laremy Tunsil. Those are the two like noticeable examples, because those are the ones that are most likely potentially to be traded. You're going to keep around a couple of soon-to-be 30-year-olds who are about to have their contract expiring just for the betterment of Davis Mills, whenever you could get a second-round pick for one of them, maybe a third-round pick for another one. Like, you shouldn't be compromising the rebuild for freaking Davis Mills.
No, the one thing you don't do is you don't want to get him killed. So you got to at least have a decent offensive line so that he doesn't get crushed and David Card to the point where you never truly can find out what he could be. But at the same time, that's where it begins and ends. You can have Nico Collins and you can find another receiver or two in the draft if you have to, or find a decent running back just so that you have some options around him. But those running backs can come a dime a dozen through free agency as easily as it is in using a draft pick. And the only reason why you'd use a draft pick is because you believe the guy's got the potential for the next 4 or 5 years to tote the rock for you. But other than that, you're not going to do anything to spend money just to make Davis Mills look better. You're going to do things to spend money to make this team look better. But that's why I keep saying it's better to not do too much or spend too much or overextend yourself until you wait one more season, because you still need to have a top 3 pick. Ideally, you need to be where the Lions and the Jags are this year. You need to be at 1 or 2, not 3. You would ideally need to be 1 just so that you have the pick of the litter, so you could do whatever you need to do. If you realize Davis is the guy, go get other guys. If you realize he isn't the guy, go get your favorite quarterback. But this is why you have to be so calculated in every move you make and can't overextend yourself for Davis Mills or anybody else for one more season.
See, I agree with you with the overall theme of embrace the suck, but I'm even willing to put that on the back burner for a moment. Like, even if we eliminate the embrace the suck conversation for just the moment, just to entertain this conversation, like, the plan for the Houston Texans, every decision they should be making is with 2023, 2024 in mind, with the idea of, I want to build the best roster I can build for the 2023 season, for the 2024 season, for the 2025 season.
That's what I was going to say. You build it with that in mind, but not just for the 23-24 season, just 23-24 and beyond.
Yeah. Okay, let's leave it there. And then with Brandin Cooks, like, the dude's going to be 30 and is going to need a new contract. So you're talking about you're in a situation where you're either going to let him walk for free, or you're extending a 30-year-old wide receiver. And then on the Laremy Tunsil front, which I don't think is like, they're not as likely to keep Laremy Tunsil as they are Brandin Cooks. Same situation where you're going to be in a spot where if you keep him and don't trade him now, and you could probably get a second rounder for him, you're going to either be in a spot where he's going to walk for free and you're looking at the compensation picks, or you're going to have to extend him. Like, the idea that we should abort the rebuilding process for Davis Mills is mind-blowing for me. The philosophy for this organization still needs to be 23, 24, and beyond. And if it means you trade Brandin Cooks for a third-round pick, you do it. Because who did Nick Caserio draft in the third round just this past year? Let's go most recently. He drafted Davis Mills. You know who else he drafted in the third round? Nico Collins. Give me the volume of draft picks. That way you can hit on him.